while I was gone? 716, stand up. Neck on the beat. Let's go. With them fly ass chicks who paint them pretty ass lips. With them trap boys out doubling up on bricks. For musicians like myself that was blessed with it. Rap on the package, see what it is. Swerving through traffic like I lost control of the whip. Hurt the competition like I ran over these bricks. Double lines mean nothing when you're hugging the bridge. Red light, green light, headlight, beat bright, bright. Superstar life make these lanes ain't right. Fabulous flow make the girls sing nice. So rock comes more to the party break late. Going to the cabin site, on to the next like Jay said, right there. Swag too slick, make a hater wanna bite. Not Alexander boy, but you clicked in my life. Living my Lawrence like boy, nothing to lose. I'm on the mic, hit the beats and bruise. The cat look calm like I never made a move. Back on the beat, back the hammer in his seat. These boys all brittle, tried up right. I never move cripple cause I got 2 feet. Provided my own meals, boy, nobody fed me. The grind is impeccable, I've been chasing decimals. Now it's like me and the money is inseparable. Catch the message that I'm sending to you. Anything is possible if you put your mind to it. I've been through it, but I've been spewed it. Now I feel like a champ, bitch, I'm undisputed. Fought to conquer the whole game, the hustle never been lame. The first thing you fucks gonna remember my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing out there today? Welcome to Talk US Tuesday. Y'all know what day it is. Each and every Tuesday, we come to y'all at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I was in close. If you don't know now, you know. I'm your host, Dennis Holmes. I'm here with my co-host, Ryan Thomas. We have the Chocolate Girl in the building. Chocolate Girl!
Hi, everybody. I'm
right,
here.
We got Zara in the house. What up, Zara?
Hi, everybody. I'm here.
We got the sports angle, as he would say, from the sports capital of the world.
Live.
You know it. I mean, it's the sports betting capital of the world, the wedding capital of the world, the sports entertainment capital of the world. Insert whatever you want, capital of the world. That's Las Vegas, Nevada.
Lies. Lion
Right.
capital of the world. Las Vegas.
We got
That's
Tom
also
with
true.
Sean in the building. Tom with Sean.
Yo,
What's going on, man?
not much.
All right, now y'all know how we do this. We do trash ass players. But for some reason this week, something is telling me to do this a little different. So I'm gonna start with Czar. Czar, what are your trash ass players?
Let's start with, I got to go there. Well, let's go here first. I got a couple. We're gonna start with the Oakland Athletics. This franchise out here in the Bay, they've been doing this for years. The Billy Beam, the Billy Ball, they call it, where they get these prospects, they blow up, they can't afford them because it's a small market, and then they trade everybody away, which hurts the fans because they have Oakland has a real true fan base. And, for the longest of time, they've been doing this, getting good prospects in return, prospects are panning out, and they've been fairly successful winning with the lower payroll, not winning a World Series, but making the playoffs, a good amount of times and overachieving. But it only goes so far. You're going to do it for so long. So last year, they make the playoffs. In the offseason, they have a fire sale. And again, I appreciate it as a Mets fan because we went over there and grabbed their ace, Chris Bassett, and Sterling DeBoy Marte, So, and Mark Canna. We got 3 of those players. The Padres got Manaea. I think even a couple others have left. Oh yeah, Matt Olson. Matt Olson. Yeah, Matt Olson went to the Braves to replace Freddie Freeman. I mean, they let go of everybody, and this time it shows because they're in last place at 11-19, and it's just crazy. You have a playoff team you're trying to build to win a World Series, and they just throw it to shit and just start over every time. As a fan, I'm not a fan, but if I'm just feeling if I'm a fan of a team like that, that's gotta be the worst. Like, it's terrible. And that's why there's always talks of this team moving because of that. So yeah, I have to put them on my trash ass player list, for that. So my other one, Carrot Top, Mr. Canelo, Mr. so-called pound for pound best boxer in the world, got served, got exposed, and I don't want to hear nothing about no weight because Canelo been fighting smaller dudes for the last 5 to 7 years, cutting weight, ballooning up the next day, and fighting welterweights and super welterweights when he walks around at 170, 175. So I don't want to hear that. And I'm glad that he didn't give that excuse that it was weight. He said it wasn't weight. It wasn't weight. The guy outsmarted him. The guy had footwork. The guy had a jab, and Canelo couldn't get inside. That was the problem. So, again, I told you this guy is not who y'all think he is. He's ducked Benavidez. He's ducked the Charlos. He's ducked Errol Spence, which is crazy, because he's way too big for Spence. I'm surprised he ain't taking that fight, but that's because he knows how skilled Spence is, and it'll probably give him flashbacks of fighting Floyd Mayweather. So that's why he's not going to take that fight. So, again, I'm just happy the man got exposed, brought his ass back down to reality. So he says he's going to take the rematch clause. I'm telling you right now, he's not going to do it. He is not going to rematch that guy. Remember who told y'all he will not fight Bivol again.
If he do, he'll win.
He won't. He'll get beat worse. But it ain't going to happen, Rashawn. Don't matter. Let the match, once the contracts are signed, me and you will analyze the second fight going into it. It ain't going to happen. So those are my trash ass players.
Okay. All right. Sports Angle, what's going on? What you got?
Well, actually, I only got one, and it's not really a player. It's more a manager. Joe Girardi, Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, the way that he handles the pitching staff, the rotation, the bullpen. Like, trust me, I actually want to support the Philadelphia Phillies. I actually want them to be good for once. But here's the thing. When it comes to Philadelphia Phillies, you have a manager who's absolutely trash in Joe Girardi. He's a trash-ass manager. So he is my trash-ass player. Because you know what? When it comes to Joe Girardi, you can't manage a pitching staff. Your rotation is actually good, but you're not handling it correctly. You just see what you did to the Mets a couple of days ago? I mean, when it comes to Philadelphia Phillies, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Joe Girardi, you're going to be fired from Philadelphia just like you were fired from the Yankees because you can't handle a pitching staff.
All right. Thomas Shaw, what you got?
The Dallas Cowboys. They just refuse to do anything. So every day that they don't do anything to benefit this team, they're trash.
We'll get Odell soon. Don't worry.
Go ahead with that bullshit. Kings are, because he keeps saying the Cowboys gonna get Odell. He's a trash ass player. Canelo, And Bob Arum, yo, I think Bob Arum is holding back a lot of boxers. He holds back a lot of mega fights. He holds back. It's a lot of talent. It's taken away from the sport of boxing. I think he needs to like stop doing that and start getting better promotion for these fighters, especially when you got a fight like Terrence Crawford. He can't pull pay-per-view numbers, but he's like the third or second best, you know what I mean, in the weight class. That makes no sense. So yeah, that's it.
All right. How you doing, Sharon? How's everything? What do you have for your trash ass plays?
Well, it's been a tough 2 days. I'm just gonna say that. But for right now, we're just talking about TAP. So I'm gonna start out with Major League Baseball as well. Do something different for a change. I know I mentioned this team before, so has Czar. But I am going to once again talk about those Cincinnati Reds, who has the worst record in all of baseball. I even joined up with a group of people to sign a petition to get Castellini to sell the team. That's how upset about this I am. He needs to sell the team. He doesn't know how to run a team anymore. He just needs to let it go and let somebody else run it. Who cares? Who cares about the people of Cincinnati and the fans and want to put a good product on the field? All he cares about is his bank account. He doesn't really give a darn about the team, and it's obvious by some of the comments that he has made. And that trickles down to the players. I don't care what anybody says. If you know you have an owner that doesn't really care about your success, how much time and effort are you going to give to your team? You're just going to get your check until you get traded. So that's one. The Boston Red Sox, I'm just going to trash them because they're at the bottom of the AL East. And it's funny to me, and I hate them. So, haha, they're trash. So I can say that. Also, this next one is a little tough for me to talk about because it involves a former WNBA player. But the great Cynthia Cooper, now Cynthia Cooper Dyke is her name. She's been accused by some former players of very degrading and abusive behavior wherever she coached, like over the last 25 years. It's really been something. And The Athletic talked to over 25 folks, and each person, no matter what school she was, reports the same type of behavior, shaming them, talking about their physical appearance, making sexually explicit comments within the confines of coaching. I mean, just inappropriate comments is what's been reported. For instance, one time there was a player who was dealing with a mental health issue, and supposedly she said, "Oh, she'll be all right. She just needs some D. That's all." You know what the D stands for. I just can't imagine somebody saying that to me, around me, either about me or another. I just can't imagine me sitting there hearing the coach say that. The coach. I just can't imagine that if it's true. So back in January, the school where she's at, I think was it Texas Southern, I think it was, they gave her a limited contact order with the team back in January. They continued their investigation, and soon they said no contact. They just put out a no contact order. You can no longer have contact with the team. So by March, she just retired. So she's retired now. But I'm really hoping that none of this is true. Nobody's really talking about it. But, the New York Post covered it quite extensively, but nobody's talking about it on TV. Didn't hear anybody talking about it. So I'm talking about it, even though it's uncomfortable. But if this is true, she's a trash ass player. If it's true. I think I'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right. Ron Thomas, what you got, Ron?
I got I know CTE very serious, but somebody need to go check on Reggie Wayne. He compared Matt Ryan to the great Peyton Manning, the Hall of Fame Peyton Manning. Dog, you being disrespectful. You cannot even put them in the same sentence. Two, I got Steph Curry for flopping the other night. Yes, he flopped when he got pushed in the back. He flopped. Yes, he did. So that's all I got, Dennis.
Okay. Hey, Hawk, you there?
I just got a question. Ron, did he flop?
He flopped.
Okay, I just want to be sure.
He flopped like LeBron James been doing.
No, he did not.
You got any trash? You got any trash ass players, Hawk?
I just wanted to be sure.
Look at Desmond Bain hands. He pushed.
Yeah.
You got Hawk?
All right. I want to thank you first, big bro, for letting me be on the show with all these cool people. All right, and I'm gonna start off. My first trash ass player is DeAndre Ayton. First game, 25 points. Second game, I think like 16. Third game, 9, and fourth game 4, he had 14. I feel like he needs to do more, and he should be doing more. And I think that might affect the Phoenix Suns. My second trash-ass player is that silly-ass fan that was bothering the two silly fans that was bothering Chris Paul's family. Like, I feel like how Paul said, if players is getting fined for saying stuff to the fans, that was totally out of order. And it was on Mother's Day. And from the reports that I read, they said that the boy tried to hug his mom. And I'm like, you tried to hug her? Like, that was just totally out of pocket. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
I agree.
I got a trash ass player. I'm gonna have to say Chris Paul for the way he's been playing for the last 2 games. That's my first trash ass player. My second trash ass player is Dylan Brooks, aka I call him Prince. This Waka Flocka played last night. Like, he didn't know how to play basketball. Like, the Monstars took his talent. I seen this boy dribble, kick the ball out of bounds. I'm like, what is going on with this boy? He was shooting. He couldn't, in the words of Steven Jackson, he couldn't hit the house from inside the kitchen. Okay? That's how bad he was shooting. He couldn't hit the house from inside the kitchen. I was like, they up 3, and you out here killing the team. Just killing them. But anyway, those are my trash ass plays. I had the Phillies on there, but obviously the sports angle just couldn't wait to say something about Philadelphia.
You put yourself on there?
No, I ain't put myself on there. Why put myself on there for?
Because you specifically told me that Prince was going to be the reason why the Warriors.
You didn't put me on there either.
Huh?
You didn't put me on there. Are you doing a Ryan Thomas?
I tried to get
you doing a Ryan Thomas and
I tried to get you the decency to do it yourself.
All right, put myself
like I do it when I fuck up.
It ain't over yet. When the series is over, I'll do it.
Thomas is a trash ass player every week. We going to he's the chairman of the trash players.
yo. Let's get to the certified. Certified players.
Oh my gosh, it's 8:18. It's record time. Let's go.
Let's get to the certified players. Let's go ahead, Ryan.
I got Boston.
Al Horford.
Yep.
Al Horford. Yep.
Good man.
Yep.
Your boy Dennis. What the big man for the Bucks? Name?
Brook Lopez.
No, the other big man.
Oh, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, man, he dunked on Al. I never seen this coming out of Al. This man put up 30 points, and he dunked on him.
Yes.
Florida
and
University.
gave him a little elbow with it.
Florida University, baby. Billy Donovan trade.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Back-to-back champions, Billy Donovan.
I ain't never seen nothing like this coming out of him. The way he woke up the whole team. He got that much energy in that one dunk. He wrote to Boston. So they're my certified player.
Okay. All right. What you got, Chocolate Girl?
Okay. So Ryan had Steph Curry on his trash ass players list. I have him on my certified players list because Golden State Warriors came out in game 4 playing like pure garbage juice, as he would say. They couldn't hit nothing from inside the kitchen, in the garage, in the bedroom, no matter where they were, they couldn't hit the house from nowhere. Okay. So they were down at the half. They were anemic in the third quarter. But the fourth quarter, Steph Curry, he did his thing. He served it up and they won the game. After playing so ridiculously bad, they should not have won that game, but they were able to pull it out and they won the game. So I give mad props to them, and they won without their coach who's on COVID protocol. So the great Mike Brown, who finally got his chance to coach. Remember, I said a few weeks ago that I wanted him to be the next Lakers coach. I said Mike Brown because I believe he's a damn good coach that deserves to coach again. And darn it, if the Sacramento Kings didn't get it. So they're on my list too. So hold on a second. I'm gonna get to him in a minute. But I just wanted to say about this Warriors team. Shout out to Draymond Green for his defensive moves in the last quarter as well. He played a very key role. And without those two getting hot, I don't think they would have pulled this game out. I don't know what happened to Dylan Brooks and why he was shooting so poorly or playing poorly altogether. But I can't deny that the Golden State Warriors were also playing bad at first. So that championship pedigree came into play. I had Al Horford on my list as well because the old man came out and saved that game. He kicked everybody's butt in that game. He was looking like the Florida Al. I mean, sometimes you look at Al and you would forget that he was even on the 2-time championship team.
Yeah.
But he looked like the old Al last night, especially after that dunk. And he gave him that look and he was like, oh, okay. All right. I got you. And he just lit him up. So I thought that was kind of funny. I do want to give a special mention. I forgot to mention that Steph Curry wore some special sneakers in his game in tribute to Sager. What was his first name?
Craig Sager.
Craig, yeah. In tribute to him, to Craig Sager, he had some shoes on to honor him. And I thought that was kind of cool when they do something fancy with their shoes. I just want to give him a shout out. And way to go in the last game since we were here. The 76ers pulled off that win against the Heat. Joel Embiid showing why he should have been the MVP. Oh, did I say that? Ooh. Well, anyway, Joel Embiid had a hell of a game and almost single-handedly won that game before James Harden came in and just finished the job. I will give James Harden a credit. He played. I will give him credit. I will give him credit, but it starts with Joel. Since Joel came back from that injury, he has galvanized that team, and he's been the key factor. But James Harden, I guess he finally got tired of people dogging him, and he finally decided to play a game. So I'm not sure if he's going to continue that, but one game I'll give him credit for. This leads me to the Sacramento Kings. So on this show, Dennis often rides me about the Sacramento Kings because he wants me to like them so much. I don't know why. I don't care why. But he just wants me to give them glowing reports. He wants me to speak positively about them. He wants me to root for them. He wants me to say that they've been mistreated when they've been mistreated. I'm not doing any of that until yesterday when I found out that they hired Mike Brown. That just made me smile. So it looks like I'm going to like the Sacramento Kings next season. I'm going to really be following them, and I'm not going to be considering them as the irrelevant California team that needs to move to Seattle. I will watch them and see how Mike Brown single-handedly almost turns that team around, because I guarantee you they're going to make the playoffs next season. It's not going to take 2 or 3 years. I believe he's going to do it his first season as coach. You know, he's undefeated when he coaches Golden State in Steve Kerr's absence. Undefeated. I think it's 31-0. He's no slouch. And I hope he finally gets his respect. And I'll stop with that. Thank you. No response from you, Dennis. I'm giving them credit.
Let it soak in. Let it soak in. I got it.
I'm giving
enjoying this moment. You gave credit. James Harden and the Sacramento Kings. I gotta soak all this in. I want to take a drink, but it's unprofessional. I really want. I got some Deuce over here. I want to take a drink. I really do. All right. But I'm being professional. Okay. I'm trying to soak all this in. This is a lot here. Ooh, child. You got me sweating. Anyway, that's all. What you got,
certified,
baby. All right. So let's start with get back to the majors, Major League Baseball. Yeah, I'm just going to shout out that the first 3 teams are the first teams to get to 20 wins in this early season, and that will be, of course, the 2 New York teams who I have going to the World Series, Subway style, and the surprising Los Angeles Angels. You know, every year, you know, we've been wanting Mike Trout to finally make the postseason. You know, he's been carrying that team on his back. They just never have pitching. He just never has the help. It's early, and they're in a tough division with the Astros. Like I said, the A's are trash. Seattle is supposed to be improved. We'll see. Texas has hitters, but no pitching, so I don't think they're going to contend. So I really think it's between the Astros and Angels. So even if the Angels don't hang on to first place, I do think they can get a wild card and get Trout back to the postseason. So shout out to those 20-win teams.
4, correct? 4
no, I only saw 3. Who's the 4th you thinking of?
Dodgers, aren't they 20-8?
Oh, shoot. Did I?
The Dodgers.
Can you confirm that?
Dodgers are 19-8. They're 19-8. Yeah.
Look at you, Ian. Come on now. If you're going to interrupt, come with real
I know
information.
it's being recorded live, but
come on now.
So yeah, they're 19-8.
Yeah, so there we go. The 3 teams that I mentioned. And then, you know, good segue though, because I do want to give a shout out to the National League West. All teams are over 500. Everyone, including the Arizona Diamondbacks, including the Colorado Rockies. That's the toughest division in baseball. We already knew the Dodgers, Padres, and Giants were going to be battling, but we didn't see Colorado and Arizona, you know, hanging in there. So, you know, that's not my division is the East, but I got to give props where it's due. Like I said, it's early, but they're clearly the only teams. Every other division has at least, I believe, 2 teams under 500, not even 1, 2. So, you know, that's an incredible feat, you know, at this point in the season, about 30 games or so in. Also, shout out to Luka for, you know, again, he's just been amazing the entire playoffs. And, you know, that man just taking steps to become the face of the league and, you know, to be one of the top couple players in this game. And, yeah, dude's amazing. I think he's going to go down as the greatest Maverick of all time. And I know that's saying a lot, but he's got the jump start on dirt. I mean, I don't think he necessarily has to win a championship. That's a team sport. He does have to get an MVP. I will say that, and I'm pretty sure he will get an MVP before his career is over. So that I'm not worried about. And then last but not least, on the other side of what I brought up earlier, shout out to my number 1 certified player, Bivol. Put on a clinic against Canelo. They went in, thought it was going to be another cakewalk. He's picking and choosing champions that are unknown, people he think that are not big risks. So I'm not going to fight Charlo, like I said. I'm not going to fight Spence. I'm not going to fight Benavidez. But I'm going to go up and show them I'm going to go up like he don't walk around at 175. I don't want to hear that crap. And like I said, he served Canelo. And at the end of the fight, I loved his speech. He said, yeah, I'll fight him again. But, this next fight, I want them to give me my respect and know that I'm the champion. You know what I mean? Because everybody be on Canelo's nuts like he's the A side. If they do fight again, he is the B side. But like I told Rashawn, I guarantee you Canelo finds a way to not sign that rematch. So again, shout out to Bivol for making that a wonderful weekend and exposing that fraud, Canelo Alvarez.
All right. What you got, Sean?
Even though they lost, I got to give some love to the Memphis Grizzlies for playing like that without Ja Morant. Like, I think a lot of people write them off because Ja Morant is probably like the leader. But Desmond Bane played a hell of a game last night. Even though they lost, they got to figure out how to close without Ja Morant. But they played a hell of a game. But you definitely got to get it on the opposite side. I get the Warriors a lot of credit. They didn't take the lead until the end of the fourth quarter. You know what I mean? Like they sat and they played. They never like play out of a game. You'll see when teams go down at a certain point of the game, they just give up. The Warriors, I think they never felt as though they were going to lose. Draymond Green came in and showed how important he is to the Warriors. Like everybody think he's not. It's the little plays like that Draymond does that helps that team win. That late minute block and all that good stuff. Yeah, Draymond played a really good game when everybody said that Steven Adams was going to get in and switch it up. No, I think they still kind of lost the rebound battle with Steven Adams playing. So they definitely, that game period is definitely certified. The Sixers, the way that James Harden played last game, it's about damn time. It is about damn time. We've been waiting for that. And I think that's it. I think that's it for me.
Okay. Sports capital of the world.
I mean, when it comes to certified player, the one person I got to go with is Jason Tatum. I mean, Jason Tatum in this playoff, in the first round and in the second round, he's been really progressing, really elevating his game. And, I mean, when it comes to Jason Tatum, he's really showing the NBA world that, he is a top 10 player in the league. Jason Tatum is a guy who eventually is going to become a top 5 player once, the older guys like Curry, LeBron, KD, once all those guys start going away, then you're going to have Jason Tatum being on that list of the top 5 players in the NBA. And this playoff series really showing it. His leadership qualities really starting to show. So I'm going to say Jason Tatum, he's my certified player. And hey, when Boston beats Milwaukee and they go up against Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, it's going to be great to see.
Okay. Hawk, who you got, Hawk?
All right. My number one certified player, which I'm going to have to agree with Miss Sharon and Sean. Harden closed it out, which we was waiting for that. Joel's presence just helps everybody. So one of those people, I'm going to say Danny Green. Danny Green is my certified player. The last 2 games combined, he was 10 to 13 to 3-pointers. He had a big 18 points in game 3 and a big 11 points in game 4. My next certified player is, I'm going to say, I think his manager. Well, I'm going to say it's Howie Roseman and I guess the Eagles front office, because I feel like with the draft, we made a big trade. We made a good draft pick, and we got a steal in the Kobe Dean that is, I feel like we're going to win the division, and it's going to help us. We're going to at least win our first game in the playoffs.
I like it. My certified player, I'm giving mine to Otto Porter Jr. Even though everybody else on the Warriors wasn't really hitting, Otto Porter Jr. was hitting. And he actually, I think he only missed 1 3-pointer and had 18 points in that game. I also want to give a certified player out there to Czar, Walter Ringfield, and Ace the MVP for putting together a good versus this weekend to go along with boxing, UFC, NBA, and WWE that all came on this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So it was one hell of a weekend.
And Mother's Day.
And
Certify
Mother.
all the mothers.
And the Kentucky Derby.
And WNBA and Kentucky
Yes,
Derby.
definitely, and the WNBA.
Yeah, the WNBA Kentucky Derby. Yeah, I
Mhm.
did forget about that. But those are my certified players.
Dennis,
Yes.
two things. Can I mention something?
Go
And
ahead.
then read the comments.
All right.
All right, let me mention this. None of us said this, but I'm going to say for certified as well. Shout out to Monty Williams, Coach of the Year, and shout out to Nikola Jokic for MVP. Although, you know, Giannis and Joel Embiid could have also been named MVP very easily to me, and I would have loved it. He won, so he's got it. But I just want to point out that the Denver Nuggets ended their season as a 6th seed in the West, and he got the MVP. I just want to make that clear. 6th seed team, but he won the MVP because I wanted it on video, because we're going to talk about this. This is going to come up again probably next season.
Well, he's not the first 6 seed.
No, second time this happened.
Oh,
Westbrook was the first.
Yeah.
I didn't say that he was. I'm just saying he was a 6th seed and won the MVP. Monty Williams, I feel like he deserved that Coach of the Year big time. And with that being said, I'm gonna read the comments. Comments is on fire. It's a lot of comments in here, so I'm gonna try to read them really quickly. Going back to as far as I can. And Ricky Bobby said, well, got to see how Dennis Holmes' performance goes during the show for evaluations reasons. I don't know what he's talking about. You might know, but I don't know.
I don't know what Ricky Bobby talking about. I have not taken no drinks, Ricky Bobby.
Juke Ellington said, trash ass player. Who voted a player on a 6th seed team league MVP? Thank you, Juke.
The voting committee.
That was one of the reasons why I said that it ain't the first time. Because they
No,
go
it's
back
not.
and forth.
It's not.
They go back and forth in the comments. Him and
No,
Blake.
no, but I remember when he did get that before, when Westbrook got that before, people were panning it. Talking about, well, but they're 6th seed. They're 6th seed.
When Westbrook like the 7th
He averaged a triple double. You couldn't deny him.
Right.
I mean, look, it's the third time it's happened, though. It's the third time it's
Okay, well, it's 2 I know about off the top of my head. I'm sure I could pull up some data.
Well, no, hold on. Since you try to say the Dodgers had 20 wins and they didn't, who's the third one?
Moses Malone back in 1982.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. That's Moses. I mean, Moses was a beast. But anyway, Jared Mueller said certified player Michael Chandler for somehow knocking out someone who we thought was impossible to knock out with a move he never really trained. Juke Ellington said, keep this PG-13, Sharon. Well, hey, it is what it is. Ricky Bobby said, certified player Dennis for figuring out who Ron was talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Blaze said, Juke Ellington, what was Philly's record? What was Denver's record? I don't know. What was Philly? When he third?
No,
okay, Juke says
Philly was
Juke said Philly was 3rd in the East.
No, they were 4th.
Denver was 6th.
No, they were 4th.
Okay, I'm just reading the comments. But then Blaze said, Juke Ellington, I asked for the record. Jared Mueller said he asked for the records, not the seeding. Right. And they're going back and forth. And I'm not reading all that, but call him Owl, O-W-L Horford, because I was watching like, who is this? Who is this? Oh, okay, Blaze, that's funny. Shout out to Jonathan Benton. He said, hey, family. Ricky Bobby said, this just in winter blizzard hits hell. I don't know what he's talking about. I guess they were saying that my prediction about Sacramento being the playoffs, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, shout out to OG in the comments. Don't worry, OG. I said I'm going to be following Sacramento. I didn't say that I would be rooting or, picking them over the Lakers or nothing like that. I'm just going to follow them closely and not consider them irrelevant this year like I usually do. That's all I meant. Jonathan said, Dennis, make sure you get that clip about this guarantee from her. So make sure you what you call it, you TikTok me saying that they're gonna make the playoffs next year.
I load up the clip.
OG said, hell no, don't need to be a Sacramento fan, Sharon. Jared said the Sixers only won like 3 more games than the Nuggets. The West just seems clearly stronger than the East. If 3 less games give you 3 further seeds down in the playoffs. Juke said league MVP shouldn't be out in the first round every year. Blaze said, Duke Ellington, you gotta use those tired arguments for a regular season award. I had Embiid, but still Joker had the better stats. He had the better advanced stats. I don't know. I'm just not a stats chick. But anyway, they mentioned looking up the league MVP history outside of Nash and Joker. The whole Steve Nash argument is valid. But anyway, they're still going at it in the comments about should he be MVP. Chuck Thomas says, shout out to Charles Oliveira. And Ricky Bobby said,
even though he missed weight.
Ricky Bobby said the Eagles should contend for the East title. And Embiid had more blocks and points. Blaze said this weekend was banging. Chuck Thomas said Charles Oliveira still kicked ass even knowing he would lose his title. Jared Mueller said, I doubt it. Our secondary is bad and our quarterback isn't good. It'll be the Cowboys. So Jared's got the Cowboys for that division.
Stop lying.
Chuck Thomas said back-to-back, but Embiid deserved it. And Jared said 6th seed in the West would have been 5th seed in the East, 1 seed behind Embiid. Jonathan Benton said they got to start including the postseason with the vote because it's not a good look for the MVP to be sitting at home watching all the other teams in the playoffs. I disagree with that. I disagree. There hasn't been back-to-back titles in that division since the Eagles did it in, I believe, 03-04. And Denver had 48 wins and the 11th best record overall. Jared said the actual records should be looked at, not seeding, if you compare a West player to an East player. MB had a higher 3-point and free throw percentage. That's it.
Okay.
Ryan,
you ready?
Carry the team.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. OG said I was banned from Sacramento along with Rasheed Wallace.
I just want to address one comment real quick. When is a player on the best team won league MVP? Giannis. He was the best record back-to-back years. That was the last time a team was the best record.
He had the best record last year.
Your record don't mean your team is the best, honestly. My opinion, because Derrick Rose did it too. The year he
I know. I'm just answering his question. That was the last time a player won MVP.
No, he was talking about the best team in the regular season, Rashad.
Derrick Rose did it too.
Right. They were the best team in the regular season.
But
that's what he understands. He's not talking about playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the whole thing to me, Zara, you and I have been around and around on this. MVP should not be predicated on the record. That's just how I see it. I see if your play warrants being the most valuable, whether your team couldn't pull it together or not, you should get MVP. That's just how I've always felt about it.
I don't think so. If you're an 8 seed or you don't make the playoffs, I don't care what you did.
I think John Morant.
That's fine. I disagree. I feel like what you did should count. And the team, I mean, every player that's an MVP level player can affect the whole team. That's just the way it is.
I mean, they need to stop having the media vote. That's my opinion.
Nah.
Media at this point. The media vote LeBron and win that shit every year.
No, but the media, they vote for the NBA MVP. I mean, they actually show like the media who votes for it and all that.
Mike Wilbon got a vote.
Number 1, what NBA team coming out of the East this year? Sharon.
Well, the way it's looking, it looks like it might be the Celtics.
Dennis?
You gotta ask.
I mean, I picked the Heat. That's what I picked the Heat to come out the East. I'll say that for the record.
Everybody in the comments know who I got.
Czar.
The Bucks will repeat.
I don't know about the Bucks now.
Well, you'll know soon enough.
I will say Zara's been consistent with that. The Bucks are going to repeat.
Sean.
Sixers.
Las Vegas.
I've been saying this for 2 months, and I'll say it again. Miami's going all the way.
I don't know.
Hot.
Hawk, what you got,
Hot.
What, Sixers?
Hawk?
They
I think Ryan want me to say Brooklyn.
Wait a minute. Is Hawk in Philly? Is he a Philly person too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it.
They
Keep going.
They're getting blown right now, though.
What NBA team need to make
We down 12. We ain't getting blown out.
Yeah, y'all ain't winning it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
right.
Go ahead, Ron.
Next question.
What NBA team need to make a trade this offseason? Dennis.
Oh, it's a lot of those. I would say I would say Atlanta. I would say the Lakers. I would say the Dallas Mavericks. I would say the Phoenix Suns. I would say the Utah Jazz. I'll let the rest go by.
Sean?
The Bulls, the Raptors, the Kings, Trailblazers, Lakers, the whole damn NBA.
Right.
Shan.
The Lakers and the Lakers and the Lakers need to make big trades. Big trades, big ones. Like big Memphis, big trades. That's what they need to make.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. And Brooklyn.
And the Pelicans, the Knicks.
Yo, the Pelicans are hurt on 2K.
The Jazz and the Bulls. And that's it.
I was playing with them niggas. Yeah, they all right.
Las Vegas.
Atlanta, Trae Young needs a number 2. Charlotte, LaMelo Ball needs a number 2. I'll go with Detroit because I need help. Houston, because I need help. And not the Lakers. You know, keep the Lakers roster the exact same for next year. I'll be happy.
Yo, he's funny.
Czar.
Of course you would, hater.
Oh, tell him, Sharon.
Of course you would.
The Bulls and Lakers, and they will make a trade together.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna change his name from Sports Angle to Sports Hater.
Yeah, you should. Okay, Czar. Who we trading, Czar? Who we trading?
We getting Anthony Davis, and y'all either getting Zach LaVine or y'all getting Vucevic.
They getting both of them.
Getting both of them.
They ain't getting both.
Yeah,
of
we're
them.
probably
You shitting me. You giving
listen.
up
We're not.
Anthony
We're
Davis.
not.
Getting LaVine and Vucevic.
We're not going to give you AD just for one of them.
No,
We're not going to do that.
No, Sharon. I'm talking about. Okay, what I'm saying is you're either gonna get one or the other, and whatever else we give you, we're not gonna give you both of them together. So,
Yes,
like, for example, I'll give you an example.
Yes,
We're
you
either give you LaVine and Pat Williams because AD don't like to play center anyway. He likes to play the 4. So we'll give you our prize number 1 pick in Pat Williams with LaVine, and then Davis slides at 4. We still got Vucevic, or you're getting Vucevic and probably a number 1 pick, and then we're just going to re-sign LaVine and go up. So that ain't going to be straight up, but you're not getting both of those two, in my opinion.
Yeah, you don't want to give up both of them. I see.
That ain't going to happen. We'd be overpaid. It'd be make our team worse.
What?
I don't want to get worse.
You know the year Anthony Davis won that bubble chip, he played center?
No, he had Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, and
Don't tell him Dwight. Don't talk to him about Dwight Howard.
I'm speaking facts, bro. He might have played center here and there, but he don't like to play center. He
didn't. He moved to the 4
He makes
in the
that
bubble.
clear. He doesn't like to play center, Rashad.
He doesn't like to play center.
Oh.
I'm not saying he can't do it. But
he don't like to play basketball as much as his ass on the sideline. Shit.
Well, he don't like to play center, and that was part of the reason why when they got Westbrook, Dennis was like, how is this gonna work? And they came out talking about how they got together and made all these agreements. They ain't do shiggity. And that's why it didn't work. Bizarre, I don't see that happening then. Because I don't think you could package it that way and we would trade AD for that. I don't believe it, but never know.
OG said you can have street clothes.
He coming home to Chicago.
OG said what?
You can have street clothes for free.
He don't got the same stock that y'all thought he had. I'm telling you, all the injuries.
And,
well, no, I'm not saying that he has the same stock that he used to. We all know that he doesn't, but I'm just saying I can't see them accepting just one or the other with other folks on that roster.
And Levine is much younger in the prime of his career.
Oh, they want Levine. I've heard they want Levine on their team.
Hindi said F your team. What else happened? Chuck Thomas said Kawhi to Dallas. Juke said Anthony Davis probably won best dress in high school. After Orlando win this lottery, watch out for us in 2026. I hear you, player. I hear you.
Yeah, that's 4
years. Hey, Kawhi to Dallas would be fucking ridiculous.
Right.
That'd be fucking ridiculous. Just saying.
Okay. Ron, what else you got, Ron?
What NFL team got better during the draft? Czar.
NFL team, the Jets, the Lions, the Ravens, as usual, the Kansas City Chiefs, and then I'll add one more. Let y'all do the rest. I'm gonna give Dennis some love. I'm gonna give Philly some love.
Understand.
I think there's several teams many more than that actually got better.
Those are at the top of my list.
But I would say the ones that really made huge strides from being just pitiful and god awful to much better. I'd have to say the Dolphins, the Jets, the Giants, and the Eagles.
Dennis.
The Ravens.
I'm sorry, everybody keeps talking about how they drafted, but I don't think they did all that great. That's just my opinion.
Dennis, that's funny. Stop it.
All right. The Bears.
Yeah, right.
They did all right.
They weren't the worst.
Man, has Dennis been drinking already?
The Bears ain't do diddly quat.
Nothing.
Sean.
AFC, you say, right?
No, he said what team?
No, he said the whole league.
The whole league.
Chargers. Chargers definitely got a lot better. I think Denver got better. The Eagles got better. The whole NFC East got better, except for the Cowboys.
No, not Washington.
No, Washington got better. Yeah, I mean, give me.
They got my receiver from Penn State stuck over there with that crappy ass quarterback.
Well, I mean, Carson Wentz is a step up from Tyler Heineken, so it's better.
Yeah, a half step.
Well, ain't no half step. It's only one step. But yeah, that's it, bro.
I say Atlanta, the Giants.
Here we go.
Hold on. Hawk, who you got, Hawk? What team you think got better in NFL after the draft?
After the draft, I'm gonna leave the teams that I guess is obvious. I'm gonna say Atlanta because they got Malik Willis. I think that was a good pickup.
They didn't get Malik.
They didn't get Malik Willis.
The Titans.
What quarterback they had, Greg?
They got Ritter.
They got
him over Malik.
Yeah, that's the one that said he gonna die before he leave. I mean, he said he's trying to get a ring before he.
Malik Willis went to Tennessee, baby.
Oh yeah. Malik Willis went to Tennessee. Right, that was a good pickup for them.
McNair.
I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say the Steelers.
You naming
Thank
the
you.
team. You naming the teams that took quarterbacks over Willis.
Thank you, but I don't know.
I know.
Well, the Steelers needed a quarterback.
Yeah, I said, but they took the one
We
they
did.
took him over
We
Willis,
did.
which was a big story.
We did.
We'll see how it pans out, though.
But I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people.
Yeah. And you guys still got Mike Tomlin over there. Mike Tomlin is a great coach.
Well, that's true, but you still got. I mean, again, we'll see. What, like
Again.
I said, let's see what happens. But you still gotta have a good quarterback. So if he, like Sharon said, if he surprises everybody, then that's another story.
My next question: do you?
Hey, don't forget about Skippy over here.
What up, Skip Dog?
Got Ian.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
yeah, you skipped me, but it's all good. I got both of the New Jersey teams, Giants and Jets. They did pretty well. I'm gonna go with the Detroit Lions, and I'm gonna go with the Baltimore Ravens.
Said all those.
What do y'all see that I don't see?
Baltimore is the
I'm
best
just like
team.
Ravens.
Period.
I think y'all just biting off of them. That's what
Baltimore
I think.
is
Y'all
the
just
best
biting.
drafting team in the NFL, in my opinion. Period.
Yeah, they have a history of it, but that doesn't mean every draft is great.
No, I mean, I'm just going.
But they do have a history. They have a history of drafting great. But this draft, I didn't see it.
Yeah, especially where they pick. They never have high picks, and they just be getting value after value every time.
But Zar.
Yeah, but not this one. I'm saying
I think this draft too. That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't think so.
Every year for the past 3 years, we've been saying
I had to hold on, Ron. Let me interrupt you. Sorry about that. But no, real quick before I forget, they got the best safety who should have been gone, and then they come around and they get your boy who should have been the first, your boy Johnson. Like the picks they make, like it's those players should have been gone. Like they fall right into their lap and they don't let them players go by. That's just how I look at it. So, but let's see how Let's see how it pans out on the field.
That's what I'm saying. I don't. Yeah. Okay.
But go ahead.
They do all that great drafting, but they don't always pan out. But can I read the comments? Because people in the comments really answered your question.
Yeah.
Blaze said Jets got better, but they got a dumpster quarterback.
Right.
Who's Michael Hendrickson? Hi, Michael Hendrickson.
That's Hendy. That's the
Is that Hendy?
That's the pudding.
Hi, Hendy.
Come on, stop playing.
Oh, I didn't know what his real name was. Let's go, Jets.
What you call it? You called him Mr. Pudding. That's what you call him.
Mr. Pudding, Sherry. You know all about that. Every night I got
Pudding, and she called him Pudding.
Right. I didn't call nobody Pudding. In fact, that word didn't come out my mouth. But anyway, Jared Muller said Ravens and Jets for sure at the top, and the Texans. I don't see it, Ron. I don't see it. I'm with you, Ron.
Jared, Thomas said he's right, but he follows it like a mug.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Chuck Thomas said Seattle, the Eagles, Texans, Jets, Ravens, and the Bengals.
I don't know about no Seattle.
I don't know about Seattle. You're going to have to talk to me about it. We're going to have to talk.
Oh, Seattle got that offensive line together.
Hendy said, I'm still picking the Jets every week. I bet you do. Jared said Ravens hit pretty much every pick and filled every need they had. Plus, they got a future player in David Ajabu. I like him.
I like
sleeper picks in the fourth, as well as their draft was awesome. And then Blaze said the Chiefs, Ravens, and Jets had best drafts, I think. And OG said, to be honest, I'm glad to see the Steelers draft a quarterback. Thanks for the love, OG. And Blaze said Atlanta had a good draft, though. Yes, Ron, I like they went Abikili in round 2 and got their quarterback in round 4. Blaze says Steelers had a good draft outside of round 1.
They got a quarterback.
Don't be hating on Pickett. That's a good pick.
Wait, Sharon. They got a quarterback in round 4. I don't know about their quarterback, but we'll see.
No. Well, Jared said and drafted Riddler. Falcons drafted shitty. Riddler. Carolina got the best scheme fit as far as quarterbacks.
Right.
Blaze said George Pickens is a beast and Calvin Austin is solid. Chuck called me Sharon Trubisky. Don't ever do that again, Chuck. Blaze said, but when Jordan get those MVPs, what do you do to them in the playoffs and finals? I don't know.
Playoffs?
And then Ricky Bobby said, I even like UDFA, my Chiefs picked up.
Oh, the undrafted free agent.
Oh, thank you, because I didn't know what that meant. Blaze said Giants did shitty after the 2 top picks. And OG said TikTok all Ravens.
Yeah.
And Chuck Thomas said Ozzie Newsome. Yeah, Ozzie's a beast, but they don't always hit the mark. I mean, anyway. Jared said the Ravens traded a wide receiver with stone hands for the best inside. What's the IOL?
O lineman.
It says IOL. Well, maybe he just meant
inside O lineman.
Inside offensive lineman.
Interior, I'm sorry, it says interior.
Interior, that's it. Offensive lineman in the draft, which is all they needed. They got a top 2-3 safety, which they needed. 2 steals in the 4th round and got David Ajabu for the future of the edge. And then Chuck Thomas is laughing at chocolate pudding. What's up, Adam? And Juke says, Sharon messaged me, hey, Pudding, you gonna watch the show tonight before I join? No, I did not, Juke. Don't be lying. That's it. That's all the comments. Go ahead, Ron.
Georgie, Porgy, Pudding.
Do you think Antonio Brown will get signed this offseason? Dennis.
Say it again.
I feel like you ask this question every year. I really do.
I feel like you need to answer the question.
I feel like you ask this question every year,
Dennis.
And I think every year I say a different answer. This year I'm going to say no. When he waved goodbye in New Jersey and took his shirt off, that was his last day in the NFL.
So you don't think no other team will pick him up?
Nah. Do you trust him? I'm waiting for you to lie. Go ahead, lie on National TV. Go ahead, tell a lie. You trust him?
No.
You want him in Atlanta?
No.
You got millions of viewers, millions of viewers out there.
I don't want him in Atlanta, but he's still an okay wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe he's very talented. He's very talented. Very talented. When healthy, still can be a top 10 wide receiver. I'm not taking none of that away from him. But does he want to play football?
Right.
Is the question.
That's the question right now. Sean.
Antonio Brown?
Yes. Okay. Czar.
Antonio Brown?
Shane.
Let Hot go before me.
I like that was here. I would say no.
All right, well, here's my hot take. My hot take is yes, somebody's going to sign him. It might be midway through the season, but somebody's going to pick him up. Somebody's going to be foolish enough to take a chance on Antonio Brown. You watch what I tell you. You watch what I tell you.
I mean, when it comes to Antonio Brown, it's really not about the talent. To me, I think it's just that he's going to run out of teams. You know, with all of his antics and everything that he does off the field and on the field, he can play and he has talent.
The Bears need him.
I just don't think there's going to be any team that's going to be willing to sign him, considering all the baggage and everything that they're going to have to take on. So I say no.
No, I don't think so. I think they will.
Wait a minute. I done named 2 teams right now that need him.
Baltimore
and Chicago.
I can name 6.
Well, I'm going to say for starters, definitely no in Chicago. And Baltimore, yeah, you got a point.
Let's say Atlanta too. Shit, y'all can use them.
Right.
That's 3. Mm-hmm.
I would put Dallas on the board.
Yeah, right.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Odell, bro. Stop
it.
Wait.
We're getting Odell back.
I hope y'all do get Odell. I hope you do get Odell. I really do. But this is what I'm going to say about Antonio Brown. If Antonio Brown's focus was on point and he was not erratic right now, if he was just, regular old Antonio like he used to be or whatever, he would probably be a top 5 wide receiver still in the game. He's that damn good. You just don't know. You just don't get a chance to see it because he doesn't stay on the team long enough. And it's always because of his antics.
What's that?
The comment said that they could name 10 teams that need him. Blaze said, I'd rather sign Kaepernick than AB. I'm not going to touch that. I'm just going to let that roll past me. I'm not going to make a comment. And OG said, reuniting Julio Jones with Atlanta Falcons. That's not going to make any difference to the Falcons. Julio Jones is not a factor on any team. I've said it the last 3 years and nobody wants to listen to me.
I said it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't nobody want to listen to me.
They don't want to listen.
So.
Juice said that we talk about the Brady commentary deal. No, we ain't talking about Tom Brady. Sick of him too. Nobody care about him.
Well, I will give an update though. Well, Miami up by 18, and
Buck Flair gonna sit here and ask is Antonio Brown a Hall of Famer? I think we talked about this on this show already. I think we talked about that.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. He deserves to go in first ballot. But we all know in here, he ain't going first ballot.
Right.
That's what we said last time. That he's not going to, because if you're gonna keep T.O.
they're gonna make him wait almost 10, 15 years.
No, yeah, wait that long.
They will. Yeah, they will.
Wait a minute.
They're gonna make him wait 10, 15 years.
If you make T.O. wait like he did,
T.O. had to wait almost 5. I think it was 5 or 6.
5.
Yeah.
Imagine what that
4. It was 4.
From the time that he's eligible, or from the time
4. It was 4 from the time he was eligible.
Oh.
It was 4 years.
But look how long that made him wait, though, man.
Right, and he didn't do half of what AB has done.
Right.
He didn't even do half. He didn't even do half of what AB has done.
Who didn't do half of what AB done?
T.O. I mean,
what?
wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Disrespect T.O.
T.O. got way better stats than AB.
Okay, so wait a minute. First of all, you need to relax. I'm saying he didn't do. God damn it! Will you let me talk? Because you done got it wrong.
Okay, let's hear it.
I'm saying he didn't do as much as AB in terms of antics, Dennis.
Oh.
Now pick your up and calm yourself down.
I didn't get crazy like Dennis, but
almost died. Almost died. That's
almost died too. Like, what?
Whoa. Wait a minute.
I will say, however.
Wait a minute.
I
will say.
Y'all out of your mind. Y'all know me better than that. Y'all know I know football better than that. For y'all to think, see, y'all both trash ass players today.
I didn't go crazy like Dennis though.
You know good well. I'm talking about his performance on the field.
Oh, by the way, looking at the stats actually side by side, they're actually not so far apart. Actually, believe it or not.
In what?
There you come to hate
AB and Terrell Owens when it comes to all pros.
No, they are very far apart.
That's not what she was saying, though.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about annex. We were talking about whether or not AB was get in first ballot or was he going to be made to wait. What I'm saying is with T annex, he was made to wait 4 years. And he hasn't done nearly as much antics and craziness as AB.
Right.
So that's why I'm saying AB gonna have to wait a longer time, because he's done more stuff.
That was funny.
I hope they don't Ricky Waters is this.
Yeah, you know what? I should have Buck Flair. I should have got up and walked the hell out, yelling at me like you done lost your damn mind.
Yeah.
The hell.
Every night.
Not my man T.O.
No, man.
What you mean, your man T.O.? He's my man T.O. I'm capped for T.O. more than you.
But we don't know that. We don't know that for sure.
I got both of y'all.
Yes, you do.
That's your opinion, and that's my opinion.
I got both of y'all.
Yes, you do know that for sure. You know I go hard. Yes, you do. You know how hard I go for T.O. You've heard me on this show.
I don't know that for sure.
Yes, you do. You just trying to be argumentative on the show. This
both
ain't
of
making
y'all.
ratings, Dennis. This ain't making no ratings. You
I
know good
wasn't
and
trying
damn
to-
well.
Wait,
You know
you know
good
what?
and damn well that I've been capping for T.O. since you know me. Don't even try that mess.
I got both of y'all beat though.
Ron, you got your next question?
Yeah.
That's right.
Do you think Michael Thomas will have a okay season?
Wait, hold up. Can I ask you a question?
Wait a minute. Is he
I
playing?
think I'm looking in the wrong chat because I'm looking for these questions that you asking, and I don't see these questions in the chat.
I put her in the chat. What you
If I read these 6 questions in the chat and they don't match none of the ones you said, can we go there?
Yeah, we can go.
Because I
That's a
see a
new-
question
that's-
on here.
I don't see
I don't
that
see
question.
nothing about Michael Thomas in the chat. I don't see nothing about AB in the chat.
No.
Well,
I only
don't
see
know
6
what y'all
questions.
been looking at, but I put my question
He
in
told
the
me, he
chat.
said, Dennis, I only got 6 questions. I said, okay.
Ron, there's only 6 questions in the chat.
In the chat.
That's what I got. Right
And
here.
that wasn't, and those 2 questions
AB
are not
and
one
Michael
of them.
Thomas was not in there.
Okay.
But that's okay. If you change it up, that's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead, Georgia. You want me to sing? Want me to sing? I'll sing for you.
Y'all ain't, man. Leave the
Dennis.
chair
Go ahead,
alone,
Georgia.
bro.
Let's go. Let's
No,
go to
don't
this
get quiet
question.
now, Dennis. I'm trying to put somebody on blast.
I don't know what to say about Michael Thomas.
Yeah, you do.
I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared.
I thought you already prepared, my brother.
I wasn't prepared for it.
Well, time to talk now, player.
I don't have anything to talk about, sir. I'm sorry.
So now you quiet. You
I'm
got
quiet.
the hush mouth.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
He
said,
I know.
yeah.
I can take my losses. You right.
Son.
Michael Thomas,
Yes.
he ain't gonna play football, man.
So,
Michael Thomas been getting me hype for the last 2 years. He ain't playing no football. Michael Thomas.
Yeah, he's actually gonna have a good year, and he's finally got a good number 2 on the other side. So that's gonna really help. And then they can go ahead and Callaway and take the 3 spot, where he should be. And they thought he was gonna have a breakout season last year, but without Michael Thomas and making him the number 1, that's just not the answer. But hold on, bro. But the Saints, I got them winning that division. So yes, Michael Thomas will have a good season. What, Rashawn?
Michael Thomas is in the same boat with Andrew Bynum. When I say that,
I'm definitely out. I'm out. I'm definitely out on that.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Andrew Bynum owed me $20 because he came to Philly and played.
Hey, listen, we ain't talking about your bets.
No,
we ain't talking about
I ain't
that.
bet Andrew Bynum nothing.
We ain't talking about those $20.
He came to Philly.
Oh Lord, why are you explaining this, Sean? This is irrelevant.
Michael Thomas is still in New Orleans money, and everybody that live in New Orleans, he owed him $20 because he ain't played football and getting all this damn money. I'm confused.
Well, I don't know why he's not playing. Has he been injured all this time?
He was hurt. He's not hurt no more.
He's not hurt no more, but he got into it.
Oh, did you say Ben Simmons? Matter of fact, you know what? I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I just want everybody to hear that he said Ben Simmons. That's all I want everybody to hear. I'm not gonna do it. I ain't
Who
falling
said
for the
Ben
trick.
Simmons?
Yeah, okay. Jared Muller said if Michael Thomas plays, he will produce.
Bullshit.
Adam said Michael Thomas, he ain't ever touching the field again.
Thank you.
And the Saints have the best defense in that division. I don't give a damn about Carolina. The Saints defense is better.
They got the best secondary, yeah, for sure.
The defense is better.
And then Adam said Saints are done to me. No Drew, no Alvin, no Thomas. Searching for hope in all the wrong places.
Yeah, they did drop Kamara.
No Kamara. Yeah.
Jerry!
Kamara.
Jerry, that's your player. Go get him.
Buck Flair said you high, man. And then
I don't remember them cutting Kamara, but okay.
They didn't cut Kamara.
They cut Kamara.
They didn't?
No, they didn't.
That's all I just don't remember. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't remember.
Cut, man.
I remember.
Y'all crazy. Y'all
Anyway,
be putting out false information to the public, man.
Jared said, no way Saints win the South, not over Tampa. And if CMC stays healthy and Coral can get into the starting role, Panthers can go far. They have a really good young defense.
Thank
And
you,
if
Jerry.
my
I know I
auntie
wasn't,
had
I know I
nuts,
wasn't
and
tripping.
if my auntie had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
I know I wasn't tripping.
Jerry
though.
said,
GMC ain't
why
been
is
healthy in 2
everyone-
years.
Jared said, why is everyone saying no Kamara? He got into a fight. Let's not act like he's done. He may get a couple or a few games suspension after he settles and pays off in court.
Right.
Kamara still can run. That's all I know. Next.
I had a feeling he wasn't released. Everybody kept saying he was cut. I'm like,
the problem with that is you don't know how bad he hurt that man's eye.
Well, that's something that he got to pay for.
Right.
I don't know that ain't got nothing to do with the football field.
Yeah, I think his mind gonna be on that instead of playing football.
His mind gonna be on somebody else's eye that he injured instead of
I think
so he gonna drop back. Damn, I fucked that boy eye up.
I think he'll be able to separate, Ron. I understand what you're saying, but I think he'll be able to separate.
He like, hey, should I catch this pass? Dude,
most athletes, they're able to, to zone in on what they gotta do and tune all that other stuff out.
Zara, he gonna be like, screen left. Damn, I thought he said screen right. I fucked that boy eye up, man.
I was supposed to put a block right there? Oh man, I didn't want to hurt his eye.
I know somebody is losing though. Whew.
But 20 and Batman, I mean Jimmy Butler is balling.
My last question, Dennis. How far do you see Mike Brown taking the Kings next year?
Yeah, I know you just got that question out your ass.
I ain't want to say nothing because I'm the bad guy. I can't be saying certain things.
I don't care what's on that piece of paper. It's not.
Dennis.
No, I don't have a problem with what's on the paper. You saying that's your last question? I still see.
You know his next question, Dennis, is gonna be.
I'm gonna ask him. That's
the only thing that I'm saying, Ryan. You like this is my last question. It's still 5 questions in the chat.
Hey Dennis, you know this next question is gonna be: can Philly come back down 20?
Down 20. And I wrote that in the chat, Dennis.
Answer the question.
And I wrote that in the chat.
Hey, who gonna answer the question? That's what I'm waiting on. Hot. Answer the question, Hot.
Sacramento needs to leave Sacramento before they make the playoffs again.
Here we go with the Sacramento thing. I don't even know why that's even a conversation.
Go ahead, Hot.
I never understood that conversation.
I think they need to move to Las Vegas, then they'll make the playoffs again. Yeah,
okay. All right, go ahead, Hot.
I never understood why that's a question.
Yeah, Dennis, he ran right away, Dennis.
Didn't I say Hawk? Y'all still talking. Hawk trying to talk. Y'all just keep talking.
Because Hawk laughing.
He's laughing because y'all keep every time he unmutes, y'all start talking. Every time, 3 times in a row. I'm sitting here and we looking at each other cracking up. Go ahead, Hawk.
I think we can come back.
No, that wasn't the question.
That wasn't the question.
Oh, it was about Michael Thomas then, right?
It even messed you up. No. How far is Mike Brown gonna take the what you call it?
Damn, Dennis, you ran around out the Zoom, Dennis.
The Kings.
I went right up the Zoom.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that. No, I don't think they're gonna do that good. They still need a couple more pieces, but I think he is a good players coach though, and being over there in Golden State, it seemed like everybody that kind of leave from there kind of, take some of their persona with them.
I can tell his coaching has elevated since he sat on their bench versus other benches, in my opinion. But anyway, go ahead, Sean. What you think, Sean? Is he still laughing? Go ahead, Czar.
Yes, he is.
Sean's still laughing.
He is still laughing.
Go ahead, Czar.
Yeah, they got, the offseason, they made a critical trade last year, which I think improved. A lot of people didn't like the trade. I like the trade. So they got Fox, the Devion Mitchell, and now they got a actual legitimate top big man in Sabonis. They've always had guards. They just never had a big man. So now with him being able to be on that team, go through training camp full time, I think they can actually battle for a play-in or 8 seed, or this play-in thing now, I guess, is where we're going to have be the normality 7 through 10. So they'll be able to make that for sure next year, which will be a positive. But let's see what they do in the offseason. But I do like the 3 pieces that they have there.
Dennis?
I think Mike Brown will do a good job. I'm just hoping that he gets in the 10. That's what I'm hoping. I just want him to get in the 10. I like to see Sacramento get back out there, get the cowbells ringing. You know what I mean? Have a good time. I don't understand what all the hate is about Sacramento. Ain't like they won something. That's the only thing that I never understood. They didn't win nothing. They just a team that's, to me, is just like Orlando. At least Orlando went to the championship twice, but they ain't won nothing.
I don't think it's hatred for them. It's just they're just kind of like out there. Sean, are you calmed down now? Can you answer the question?
Yeah. I'm good. I feel like they're throwing Mike Brown into the Wolves. I don't feel like Sacramento has anything going for them right now. I don't even know who the hell their star player is.
You got to follow the NBA. If you don't know who their star player is, they got a perennial all-star on their team. And they got another second all-star on their team. And they got a hell of a rookie that's going to be going into a second year. Is going to be one of the best players.
Who's the perennial all-star?
Sabonis. Well, there you see me. We just named both of them.
Sabonis.
And Devion Mitchell is going to be a stud.
I thought Sabonis was on Indiana.
No,
they made the trade. People don't know they got the information all twisted up, man.
You gotta play with Sacramento on 2K, man.
Oh Lord, 2K.
He said he don't want to board it up. He said New Orleans was good on 2K.
And a lot of people, the casual fans don't know who Devion Mitchell is. You're gonna know him in a minute. Just watch.
Not really.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget.
Oh yes, you will. You will. You will know who he is.
I see him in the chat. They talking about they got nobody but Fox. Wait till they see the name Mitchell. They're gonna remember that name.
And of course, they got the overpaid Harrison Barnes on the team.
We're not even talking. We're not even talking about Fox. But anyway, Ian, you already gave your answer, right?
Hearing that,
I did. Yeah.
Well, my answer is yeah. Like I said earlier, I believe they're going to make the playoffs. I don't care if it's 8 or 10. Somehow they're going to get into the playoffs. I really believe it. This first season, that's what I believe. All right, so I'm gonna read the rest of these questions. Is this a make or break year for Matt Ryan?
He didn't ask that question either.
No, he didn't ask that question, but is this a make or break year for Matt Ryan? Go ahead, Czar.
No, he's been broke already, but he is going into a good situation. Best running back, really good defense. Solid team, playoff team. So I don't know about make or break. I mean, he's turning 36, 37, but I do expect I think it's an upgrade over Carson Wentz, and being that the cast that he has with him now, getting out of shitty ass Atlanta, I think he will actually have a solid season, if that answers the question. I don't know this make or break shit, but
Okay. Ian?
I mean, I think when it comes to Matt Ryan, he's going to be doing what Philip Rivers and what a lot of other veteran quarterbacks do towards the end of their career. You're going to go to another team. You're going to be a veteran leader. You'll make the playoffs, but I don't really know if it's make or break. I mean, you kind of know it's going towards the end of his career, so there's not really making and it's not really breaking. So,
yeah, Jared Muller said it's not make or break for Matt. It's a farewell year. He's 86 years old. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, Matt Ryan been broke. So I don't see no make or break, nothing. There's nothing to come back from. He been broke.
Hot, what you think? Did he hear me, Hot? Hey, Hot. Is this a make or break year for Matt Ryan?
I would say I like the trade that the coach made to get him. I might have the Colts making the playoffs. So I don't know if it's a make or break year, but I think if he gonna play, he might stay a Colt. He might definitely stay a Colt. So I think Matt Ryan is gonna have a good year.
I do too. What you think, Dennis?
I think that Matt Ryan is not going to have a good year. This is going to be his last year as a starting quarterback. I don't think the Colts make the playoffs. I think Which going to get fired as well, the coach.
All right. So in the comments, Chuck Thomas said Dennis Holmes pulled Bruce Arians and made Ron leave the show. Why you joining with Ron? Ron pulled a AB because he gone. Blaze said make or break Matt Ryan like mid-30s. And Joshua said, where's the chairman? I don't know. And then Adam said, Matt Ryan, I'm going to leave that alone. Jared said, but he's going to play well. He's got an awesome run game aside from Jonathan Taylor. They have New York Hines or something. Naeem Hines. And I want everyone to watch out for 3 other guys who could, why my thing keep moving? Who could also step up for them. They signed 3 interesting high potential undrafted free agents, running backs, and CJ Verdell, Devontae Price, and Max Borgi. Blaze said the Colts will make the playoffs. I think second place in the division escapes to 8 wins.
8 wins ain't making no playoffs, bro.
Okay. Jared said, I think the Colts will be looking to go a little more committee approach at running back and take the workload off Jonathan Taylor to keep him healthy. People don't realize he was abused in college as far as his usage. He's already got a bunch of wear and tear on his tires. OG said Matt Ryan will do well. And Buck Flair said the Colts invested in Ryan big time for 2 or 3 years. And Hendy said the question is how much longer can he play? I don't think he's going to have a bad year. That's just what I say.
Oh, okay. Blaze, I thought Blaze said they make the playoffs with 8 wins. He said no, they will win 8 games, but won't make the playoffs. No, I think that.
Oh, okay.
I think they will make the playoffs, and they'll win 10
All right.
games.
Here's another question. Do you think the Rams will make it to the playoffs this year? Go ahead, Ian.
Well, I mean, they have to. With all the talent that they added this offseason, pretty much doubling down, trying to win the Super Bowl again. Now, I don't think they're going to win another Super Bowl, but making the playoffs is most likely. So I'll say sure. Yeah, Los Angeles Rams making the playoffs. And yeah, I'll go with that.
All right, Sean. The Rams making the playoffs this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Hawk.
Yeah.
Is Hawk there? Maybe not.
I hear they're watching Miami put hands on this team right now.
I'm here.
Oh, go ahead, Hawk. Are the Rams making the playoffs?
I do got the Rams making the playoffs.
You still got Philly coming back?
I've been meaning to get in the question. Who your best boys in, God?
No, what's they got to do with a bunch of? We ain't talking about my team.
He like the Chicago Bulls.
It don't matter. That's
They home
irrelevant.
watching us, bro. They home watching us. That's all you got to worry
It
about.
don't matter. I'm asking you a question. What's they got to do with who my
But
team?
you said you got the
they
Bucks
avoid
coming
the
out the
question,
East.
Sharon, and try to deflect because they getting blown out. You were just talking all that mess. Y'all got to beat Miami. Y'all gonna be at home just like us, so it's all good.
No,
Hold on, who's us?
Don't matter.
You like Chicago?
Chicago Bulls.
Wow, come
on.
Anyway, I just want to know. I just want to know what y'all think about these Rams. That's what I want to know.
6 though. I guarantee
y'all gonna end the 2022 season empty-handed, just like us.
I guarantee.
See, that's why y'all need to stay on subject. See, y'all can't do that.
Right.
But anyway, what you think, Czar?
Shit, I forgot the question. You know, the Sixer guy.
Are the Rams making the playoffs?
I guarantee Game 7 though.
Are the Rams making the playoffs?
I can see. I'll give you that. Yeah. I'm an NFC guy. The AFC, woo! That's going. The AFC is.
That's what I'm saying. So are they making the
So
playoffs?
the Rams are easily going to make the playoffs in the NFC because
are they going to win the division?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they going to win? Are they going to win the conference?
No.
No.
Who coming out the AFC?
The NFC.
No, you said Rams or NFC?
I mean the NFC. I'm sorry. Who's coming out the NFC?
Green Bay or Dallas?
Oh, okay.
You stop.
Go ahead, Dennis. Rams making them playoffs.
The Rams make the playoffs, but they don't win the division.
Who wins the division? The Niners?
The Niners.
49ers. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Niners are gonna bring quarterback.
I think the Rams. I think they make it by the skin of their teeth, though. I think people are gonna be shocked. That's what I think. All right. Another NFL question. Do you think RG3 should come out of retirement and play again in the NFL?
No.
No. That
Is
ship
like
has passed.
This is no. It's like consensus no.
That ship has passed.
I think he should stay a commentator. He do that better.
I think if he feels like he can do it, he should at least be given a tryout. And then if he doesn't make it, go back in the booth. That's what I think.
Nah.
I think he should become a quarterback.
Hendy said, "Hell
I
no."
think he found his snitch. I think he found his itch. His what do you call it? His niche right now. I think he's good.
That's cool.
Talk about it.
I don't even think he wants to come back.
Yeah, I was a fan of him though.
I was a big fan.
I actually called him for Rookie of the Year when everybody had Luck, and he beat Luck for Rookie of the Year. And I called him. I thought he was going to be better until Shanahan ended his career.
Fucked it up.
Pretty much. All right. Then we're going to go to some NBA because I'm not answering that number 2 question. I'm not asking that one.
Can I ask Zara a question?
Sure.
And give a shout out to Buck Flair for this one. Are your Cowboys going to make the playoffs?
Did you just hear hey, people don't hear? Hey, Sharon, I don't know if they ain't listening to the show. Didn't you just ask me who was coming out of the NFC? And I said Green Bay or Dallas.
And you said
so
Green Bay or
Dallas. That means
Dallas.
they're going to make the playoffs.
Who do you like?
He likes the Bears.
I'm out.
The Cowboys.
Right.
The Cowboys have a very good chance of coming out of the NFC. They have a very, very good chance
No, we don't.
of winning the NFC. So
No, we
yeah,
don't.
they're gonna make the playoffs and then some.
No, we don't.
Yeah, they do.
First round, we're going to fuck on.
Which question you said you wasn't
I
going to
said
ask?
we weren't going to make the playoffs.
Aaron, which question you
Okay,
said you wasn't going to ask?
hold on, we improving.
Number
on
6?
That wide
sides.
receiver. That wide receiver question.
Oh, I thought it was number 6 you was talking about.
Oh no, I'm gonna ask that one.
But the
That's why
coaches,
I'm moving. I'm moving on. No, I'm gonna ask it. I'll tell you what. Here's another question. Do you see any of those wide receivers that got drafted? Do you see any of them having a great season, like 1,000-yard season? If so, who? Which one of the wide receivers that was drafted? I can't even remember their names. I'm sure Jared could answer that. But whoever wants to go first because I'm not sure who knows about the wide receivers.
All I know is Miami up by 30. Go ahead, carry on.
Czar, Dennis, Hot.
all I know is Mike McCarthy is a horrible coach.
And I know Philly getting smashed.
Okay, y'all. Answer the question.
I'm on the wide receiver that I'm taking the
Zach
one from.
Levine got a latte watch.
And you're going to have
What's
a
the
Frappuccino in a minute.
What's the what, Dennis?
Drake, I'm going to take Drake London.
You think he's gonna have 1,000 yards or more, or you just think he's gonna have a great season even if he doesn't make 1,000?
I think he's going to have 1,000 yards. There ain't got nobody else to throw to. But him.
And who? Wait a minute. And
Kyle
who?
Pitts.
And who got drafted? Who drafted him?
Atlanta.
London, Atlanta.
Shit.
Oh yeah. I mean, who's throwing to him?
Exactly.
Mariota.
Josh Rosen.
Ritter.
Oh, he said Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen.
She remember that long Josh Rosen conversation that we had. That's why she keeps saying that.
I'm
Because
going with
never
Olaf.
forget. I'm like, he's terrible. He is the worst. Should have never been drafted.
I'm going
He's
with
that
Olaf,
bad.
Olaf and Burks from Tennessee.
Hey, Azar, OG said tell you that the Bills are going to win.
No. He talking about the Cowboys.
No.
I mean,
It's an inside. It's an
The
inside
Cowboys
joke,
going to win the
Sharon.
NFC.
Yeah, it's an
It's
inside,
an inside
joke.
joke.
I figured it was. That's why I'm telling you, because I know OG. Yeah, I figured it.
Cowboys ain't gonna
Hendy said Sauce.
Sauce Gardner.
I thought Sauce was a cornerback.
Yes.
He is.
Yeah, he's not a wide receiver, Hindi.
So want me go?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell y'all. So Jameis is hurt, so he's gonna have a late start. You know, you talked about Olave. There's Wilson. I'm gonna tell you who's gonna be the best receivers this first year, and there's two of them. And y'all ain't gonna think it's neither. Y'all gonna be like, what? But just remember who told y'all.
Then I say Burks.
Sky Moore
I
for
know
the
he's gonna say
Kansas
him.
City Chiefs will have 1,000 yards, and Watson for the Green Bay Packers will have 1,000 yards.
Okay.
Mark my words. Write it down.
I am. I'm writing it down. Okay. All right. Blaze said Olave will get 1,000 off the rip. London will get like 80 to 90 receptions. Alec Pierce in Indy is my sleeper.
I do like Burks in Tennessee too.
Nobody heard me say Burks.
Yeah, I
heard you say Burks.
Yeah, I like him. Jared said Garrett Wilson might if Zach Wilson actually plays decent. He can't get any special treatment with Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, the run game, and Jeremy Ruckert at tight end. He can give problems to any cornerback in single coverage. He gave some great ones like Patrick Surtain problems in single coverage. Okay. Jared said Christian Watson definitely can, with his size and skill set, with Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball. Blaze said, I love Sky Moore, but he will be a committee guy year one. Watson is not that guy year one. Josh says Watson, of course, Homer. Chuck said the Steelers got a wide receiver that can. I don't know about that.
They got too much. The reason why that ain't gonna happen because the Steelers already got a great receiving core, and I don't think he's gonna get the balls.
Hey, Sharon, repeat the question real quick.
The question is, do you see any of those wide receivers that got drafted having a great season, like 1,000 yards or so, or just a great season? And if so, who? Which wide receivers?
All right, so you're talking about 2022, because to me, I think Jameson Williams is going to be the best wide receiver coming out of this draft class, but that's not 2022. Right. You know what? I'm going to go Christian Watson. I mean, Green Bay literally has nobody for Aaron Rodgers outside of him. So I'm going to go Christian Watson. I think has the best potential to have 1,000-yard season, and that's pretty much it. So Christian Watson, but long-term, Jameson Williams.
What about the Bills wide receiver, Khalil Shakir?
Nah.
I mean, he was a good wide receiver at Boise State, but
Tolbert from Dallas. If he plays the slot,
like him.
If he plays the slot, Dak Prescott to hit him a lot because he always hits the slots and tight ends. But
I think Velius Jones from Tennessee, they went to the Bears and they have nobody. So he'll get some
Tolbert's pretty big for his size. I just was looking at him. He's pretty big for his size. For his height.
All right. What's the next one?
I thought y'all was still talking. Dang, why y'all stop? As soon as I look at a paper, then y'all stop talking. I tell you. All right. Who had the best or the most disrespectful dunk in playoffs history? In the playoffs.
Playoffs?
That.
My team doesn't win, so I shouldn't talk about this.
Yeah, I can't think of any particular disrespectful dunks that were in the playoffs because I'm not good at correlating this was in the playoffs and this was a regular season game when I look back through my memories. I just remember the incidents. I just don't remember if it's a playoff game or not. So since y'all can't either because y'all not answering the question.
Oh, I can go.
You ain't say nobody. We usually call names.
I already got mine.
I said anybody could go.
Michael Jordan over Patrick Ewing, the greatest move when he goes fake the baseline with Oakley, goes back out and goes back baseline and dunk on Ewing in the 91 playoffs, baby. That's number one.
Oh, that was a playoff game. Okay. Because I don't remember if it was a playoff game. I thought the
Scottie Pippen joint was a playoff game.
That might have been, but I still got the Jordan dunk better. I just said that's my number one.
Oh, no.
No, but I love the Pippen. That might be number two if it is.
Let me tell you, if that's Scottie Pippen on Patrick Ewing, was a playoff game, that's the most disrespectful dunk
That's
I've ever
disrespectful
seen.
as hell.
And that
To
was
me.
playoffs as well, Sharon.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, really?
disrespectful as hell.
It was?
Yeah,
Okay,
those
well
are
then
top
that's
two in
it
my
for me.
opinion.
Oh,
I'm a Bulls
okay.
fan, but I don't know if you tell me two better. And I'll give you. Oh no. Baron Davis over Karolinko.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what?
saying it's better.
AK-47.
You
No,
know
it's not
what?
better, but I'm saying that's another great
That's
one
another,
in my
to
opinion.
me, that dunk is overrated. I've always said that. It's okay. It didn't make me just go.
It made me. I
It didn't
did,
make me
Sharon.
do
I
all
can't
that.
lie. I was watching.
And I'm a Baron Davis fan.
I love Baron
I've actually
Davis.
seen him do better dunks than that.
Just that man, Karolinko was Mr. Like he was a great defender with the long arms. I didn't think he was gonna pull that off, and that boy did that.
Baron Davis is one of those underrated players, man.
Right.
He was.
Oh, if he didn't have knee problems, he would be an all-time great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that one came to mind. That was the playoffs against Utah.
Any more, Dennis? You got one?
Yeah, I gotta put that John Morant dunk that he just did on it was the first round. He did it in the first round when he dunked on he cocked it back and who did he dunk on like that? He cocked it back and dunked on somebody. That was a disrespectful dunk. I can't remember
the first
exactly
round. That was against who they play in the first round?
Minnesota.
Was that what that was?
Yeah,
they played against Minnesota.
It was Minnesota. Oh, Anthony. Oh no, Anthony Edwards. I don't think that. Didn't he have a crazy one in the first round?
Yeah, he did.
Cat had a crazy one too in the first round though.
Sean Kemp over Alton Lister, and then when he pointed at him.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's a playoff game too?
Yes.
Okay.
And what about the dunk that John Starks did over Michael Jordan?
He didn't dunk on Michael Jordan. He dunked on
every Jordan fan will tell you that he didn't dunk on Jordan.
I can show you footage. Y'all blind. Jordan wasn't nowhere near the picture.
What's the other bull? Kevin Johnson dunked on
that's the one I was gonna say that one.
He dunked on the Dream.
Yeah.
I got one more. What about Vince Carter dunk on Alonzo Mourning?
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
I thought they were gonna fight. I really did.
He caught that thing back too.
I just didn't
know
what playoff.
One more. What about the D Wade dunk on
Varejao? That was nasty.
Disrespectful, boy. Just
that was
still to me, it's Scottie Pippen on Ewing.
I got MJ over Ewing, but Scottie right behind it, very close.
That's Scottie.
The reason why, Sharon, is not. I know what y'all getting at, the disrespect, and that's true. But that move, that MJ is incredible.
Well,
Just fake, and then he went back.
The question was, what was the most disrespectful dunk?
I know, but he
not the best, not the
team,
the greatest.
They stopped him from going baseline, and then he ended up faking them and still going back baseline, and then just hammering it on that boy. It was just silly to me.
Hey, when Michael Jordan dunked on that dude from Portland, right? I know this was I think it was either in the finals or regular season. Mm-hmm. He dunked on that little dude from Portland. Then the dude in the crowd said, "Dunk on somebody."
No, that was Utah. He dunked on John Stockton.
then he dunked the other forward like this.
He dunked on the center, Mark Eaton.
Yep.
It was like, is he big? He said, "Is he big enough?"
That
right.
Was crazy.
What about when Michael Jordan dunked on
funny.
Mutombo? How about that one?
Who?
Well, I like that
when
one.
Michael Jordan dunked on.
I think that was playoffs too. Yeah, the dunk wasn't that hard.
Oh, I got one for you.
I
got one that's very underrated. Nobody else talks about it.
He was
all right. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Old man Reggie Miller dunking on half the Nets team. I got one. I think that was one of the best game fives ever. And back when game fives was in first round. For you young
Reggie
people
Miller
that don't know, used to be a game 5 first round. Only was 5
pretty,
games.
but it was disrespectful. Because they pretty much let a wing shooter dunk on them, and dunk on all of them, and they were trees, and he was on them. It was crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I got another one. What about Kobe over
Remix.
Jaren Jackson Sr. in the playoffs, and he fell.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember it. That's a Kobe dunk that I don't remember, which is rare for me.
Jaren Jackson dad played basketball?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
played for the Spurs, remember?
Yep.
Oh, snap.
He said snap.
All right. Well, okay. So this is going to be my last question, and then we're going to have some time to wrap up and go around and do all that. So my last question is, talking about those broke Lakers. Do you think that Phil Jackson can fix the Lakers? That he needs to come back, coach the Lakers, and he can fix the Lakers. So I'm gonna start with Ian.
Hell no.
Hell no.
I don't
What?
think
Hell
there's
no.
gonna
He
be
shouldn't.
one person. I don't think there's gonna be one person who can save the Lakers at this point. Now, there's got to be a group of people who have to help the Lakers.
Oh, they need group help? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's gonna be a group assignment. Everybody's got to pitch in, do their work, get that A+ on that assignment. But no, it's got to be everybody. It's not just gonna be one person. So, no, it's not even gonna be Phil Jackson. Not gonna be anybody. It can't be just one person.
I haven't even seen him anywhere. When I don't see people like that for a while, for months and months at a time, I feel like they're sick because I haven't seen them in public. But anyway, Hawk, what you think?
I think that Phil Jackson is one of my favorite coaches of all time. I think that Phil could change it around because if he come in already with the clout, which I don't think he will come back, but if he did with the clout he had, I think that would add on. And he'd probably have him doing, he the Zen, so he'd probably have him doing like yoga and all that. And they just gonna come out strong.
Look at my face. You know the line. You know that roster, Hawk. Who's on the roster? If they didn't do anything with that roster, you think Phil Jackson would be able to coach those people on that roster?
All right, yeah, I ain't hear the part about if they ain't do nothing with the roster. Then no.
Oh, no, I just added that in.
Oh, well, they do something. I think if Phil come in, they definitely would do something with the roster.
Well, let's just say they don't. You think that he could work with that roster?
I don't think he can work with that roster.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because AD gets injured too much. Russ is not a good fit. And now Brian is nearing the end of his career. So it's like Lakers is basically on they on the rebuild.
Basically. What you think, Czar?
No. His coaching days are behind him.
Okay. So you don't think he can coach anybody?
Nah, he's done. That part of his chapter is over.
Yeah. What about you, Dennis?
I think he could do it. He'll have LeBron start smoking weed, and they will be right back to where they need to be at. I think once him and LeBron get together, Zen Master lights that candle. He always got a real dark in there, lit candles that smell like weed, and LeBron get intoxicated for the first time because ain't none of that in the system. It'll be all right. They'll get it together. He'll talk about that whole posse comment, and he'll make sure he'll iron out with LeBron, and then they'll be good. But they got to iron that out first.
Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see him being able to do that with that roster. I don't think that they would respect him enough. And like Czar said, I do believe that chapter has passed. I don't think he wants to coach again. And wanting to is half the battle.
Yeah, he screwed the Knicks up being the GM. But I think as a coach, he'll get it together with the Lakers.
I think he was tired of the game then. He just took it for the money. Yeah, I think he took it for the money back then. But all right, I think that was my last question. Was that the last question?
No, that's not your last question. You have a Steph Curry question. Unless you wanted to save that one.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 9:49. We got a few minutes. So the question that I asked is it true that that fans, the NBA, media, nobody ever criticizes Steph Curry for his celebrating and his shimmying? Should he be criticized for it? Did y'all hear the question?
Heard the question.
I just want to make sure y'all heard it clearly before I go around. Do I need to repeat it? Good. All right, go ahead, Ian.
I mean, celebrating is part of the game. I mean, when it comes to celebrating, showboating, showing off, I've never had a problem with it to begin with, but to really analyze your question, to me, it's a big double standard, because you got to understand when it comes to the media, they pick and choose who they want to talk about and who they don't want to talk about. I mean, if you had somebody like LeBron James, or if you had somebody like, let me insert another random player off the top of my head, somebody like Joel Embiid, if somebody was showboating doing stuff that Steph Curry did, that's all they would talk about on Tuesday. But because Steph Curry is not really somebody that they want to talk about that much, they just choose to overlook it. So it is a double standard. When it comes to the media, they always are flip-flopping depending on who it is. But I've never had a problem with it. I think celebrating is great for the sport, but the media is definitely double standard, so I see what you're saying.
Let me explain a little bit more. So a person was asking this question in a group, and they were saying that other players like John Morant, when they're seen on the sidelines dancing or something like that, or celebrating because they're winning the game, not because they just made a good play or anything, but they're over there and they're jumping around and they're dancing on the sidelines and stuff, that he gets criticized, like John gets criticized. But if Steph does it, nobody says anything. It's never a problem. This is what, according to him. So that's where this question came from. Do you all see that too? Or because I don't see that way.
I mean, occasionally you'll see something when it's a really slow news day and they got to talk about something else, but no, I don't really see it.
All right. Go ahead, Dennis.
I personally don't see a problem with it. I have heard one person actually have a problem with Steph Curry doing the shimmy, and that was his coach, Steve Kerr, because he said he'll go 0 for 10 and then hit one, be 1 for 11, and then hit the shimmy like he did something. That's the only person I've heard say something about it. I've heard nobody else say nothing about it. And I think people hold players to a different standard once you've won a championship. Because when LeBron does his, nobody says nothing about that at the Super Bowl because he's won a championship. That's the difference. Once you won a championship, they treat you a little bit differently. The Greek Freak be yelling and screaming. Nobody really said nothing. James Harden do the yelling and screaming. I'll sit down. You ain't did nothing. That's usually how I go. You have to win a championship to be put on that different level.
All right. What you think, Hot?
I think I agree with my fellow guys. I think it is a double standard. Actually, it's. I feel like it's kind of, you wouldn't really say showboating, but it's like this has been going on for years with the Celtics, with the Lakers, and then the Pistons was kind of like that first team that was like, we just gonna be gritty, no really celebrating, But as far as it dealing with Curry, I heard him, before he says that kind of boosts his adrenaline. So even like Den said, he'll go 0 for 7, but now he hit that first 3, and then now the shimmy might get him in the zone where now he might hit 7 straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, so unless he's in just one of those bad shooting streaks, but I personally don't have a problem with it at all. And I don't really think that, it depends on dealing with Steph Curry or as a player. I might do agree more. They might show more favoritism if you have won a championship, but there's a lot of people doing a lot of stuff now when they scoring, and some of them be bums. So it'll be like,
Sean? What you got to say? You keep looking at me. What you got to say?
Because I don't necessarily think it's the championship that does it. I think it's the player's image that do it. And because Draymond Green has championships, but everything Draymond Green does is put under a microscope. You feel what I'm saying? He don't get away with nothing. He has a championship. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Rodman was another one. Had championships already, but everything that man did was under a microscope. It's not, to me, the double standard plays on the likableness that they have with their sport. Because Taunton, and you just was naming, like, you know, how he dunked on him and then he's pointing at him, Shaq dunking on people. You know what I mean? It goes off of your likableness and your brand, as they like to call it nowadays. If you have a shadow over your brand, then yeah, you're going to be closely criticized. If you don't, then people are going to love you for doing what you do.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think all of you have made good points, but here's what I want to say about Steph Curry. You know, everybody, there are people out here who just, anytime somebody is portrayed in the media as being a nice guy, they automatically think they're not really nice. And they just decided this person is going to be made to be nice. Mm-hmm. And they will go there. It's like they're on a mission to prove that they're not really as nice as they're being portrayed. I don't know what that's about, but I've seen it. It's like the person can't be that nice. He can't be that good of a guy. He can't be.
The media loves a bad guy. The media loves a bad boy.
No, but it's not even just the media. I mean, it's the fans too.
Yeah, you love a bad boy.
And just like Steph Curry, he doesn't do anything. He's rarely criticized, but why is that? It's like he's not a mean guy. He's not an arrogant guy. He's not walking around calling himself the king, and he's not running around, you know, trying to sun his teammates. He's not doing any of that type of stuff. So when he shimmies, people see it. Or if he does like this and puts, you know, does this like we put him to sleep, nobody's criticized. Nobody's mad about it because it's Steph Curry. But let what's his name? Patrick Beverly do that.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. And I think it's fair. I don't think it's any shade against. I don't think that Steph should be criticized for that. Why are you criticizing him because he's a good dude? Oh, he's not really a good dude. That's the media just decided he's gonna be the good. Oh, okay. It's almost like they want him to do something bad so they can have something to criticize him for. And I just think it's ridiculous.
Yep.
I mean, a shimmy is a shimmy. That's not taunting. Taunting is different than shimmy. And Blaze said, I have no problem with the Steph shimmy, but I also have no problem if someone is playing Golden State and they shimmy as a clapback. Chris Paul did it.
Damian Lillard did it, and then
hit a three and shimmy right in his face. Like yeah, and right shimmy right in his face. Right, and I'm like, what's wrong with that? I don't have any. It's all a part of the game.
That's what make the game sometimes. That back and forth on the court. You bring the best out of your opponent. That's what make them want to go at each other. That's what give you them classic moments. How can you want to take that away? How are you pissed off about this? I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't get it either. But I've seen a certain degree of hatred because they were mad. People, you know, commenting about Ja dancing on the sideline. Well, he's a young player. Maybe that's just something that he does to keep him going, to keep his adrenaline up, to keep him motivated. I don't have any problem with him dancing. I don't have any problem with Steph shimmying. It's all the same to me.
It's like, why do people don't lose the sense of everything that's going on because you don't like a player? We're not going to act like hip hop has not been tied to these sports since the beginning of time. Music is tied to these sports. You understand what I'm saying? You got all the rappers and all of those dudes be here playing, watching, cooling with the players, making records with the players. You know what I mean? They in the videos. They all in the how Suge Knight said they all dancing in the videos. They all over the place. That this shit go hand in hand.
And it goes across racial lines.
Exactly.
White. It's not just the black players.
Steve Nash used to pop lock during the All-Star game all the time. I remember that.
Nobody said a word.
Nobody said nothing.
Nobody said a word.
John Wall used to dance in the beginning of every damn Wizards game.
Every game.
Out dug in. Every damn game.
Every game. Love John Wall.
Like, what is the problem? It's music. It's culture. Come on.
Well, I was afraid that last question would run into our time, and it has. But before we go, I like to say a word about my fallen Spartan, Adrian Payne. My heart was broken yesterday when I found out that he died. He's from my hometown of Dayton, Ohio. I know some of his cousins, that were my generation, because he was quite younger than me, like 20 years. And he grew up, his childhood home is about 5 minutes from my house. And I followed him his whole career. I remember when he was falsely accused of assaulting some chick. I remember that. I remember that he was exonerated of that because it was proven he didn't do anything. I remember that he was a great dude and that he befriended this child who ended up dying from blastoma, I think. And he used to have her at the games and so forth. He was a good guy, a good friend, a son, a good player. He was a Spartan. He got drafted by the NBA. He only played, I think, 4 seasons in the NBA. Then he went overseas and played. And he just stopped playing in March of this year. He just stopped playing. And he was trying to help somebody who was in the middle of a domestic dispute. And he was called to come and help her. And somehow this guy ended up shooting him. And now he's claiming, stand your ground. Like he was intimidated because the guy is bigger than him. What? You 5'7". Why are you going to his car approaching him anyway? And then go in your house and get a gun. But regardless, I just want to say my heart goes out to his family and rest in peace, Adrian Payne. And Spartans will. So we're going to get together some of the alumni to try to send a gift to his family. When I say a gift, I mean a monetary gift to help them and his children, because he's got young children. And I'm pretty broke up about it. I watched Draymond Green's podcast today, and he was pretty choked up. But just want to say that. Just want to acknowledge that. Rest in peace, Adrian Payne. Dennis, it's time for you to end the show. Anybody else got something else to say?
He's out.
Well, listen, let me tell y'all something, ladies and gentlemen. This is Talk US Tuesday. Thank everybody for coming out. We had Hawk Seriani in the building, King Czar, Tom Washan, the Sports Angle, a.k.a. the Sports Hater, and the Chocolate Girls in the house. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless. Good night.